This is Pussiful Real Talk. Real talk. My intention is like navigate this subject around the man and emotion quite deeply so that we can know what's really happening in man's heart. That's something I'm really curious about. What did you observe with your clients about what they want in their relationship with women except sex? Like, sex is great. I love that. But what does that feel like for men to having a really intimate and deeper relationship with women?
Yeah, totally. I love this question because at least the men that come to me and that work with me they certainly want that hot, passionate sex, and they also want a level of like trust and like partnership, like they're on the same team, and they really want to be able to like share themselves and share their lives with their partner on a level that usually they haven't yet experienced. They've got this idea in their head of what that might look like, but they haven't quite been able to have it in their relationships yet.
Yes.
And I think, and what turns out as I start to work with these guys is that they do want a little bit more emotional, like vulnerability and support with their partner.
Yes.
Now, obviously, that also comes from their side as well, being able to express those things. And like most men just haven't had the opportunity to practice that very much. Expressing emotions verbally. And so that's a lot of what I work with them on, and that's really the point of growth for them in relating with women, like how to do that vulnerably, authentically, and how to then also not make it the woman's responsibility to do something with the man's emotions.
Thank God.
Because we all know that doesn't work.
Please.
Yes, no mothering allowed.
I hear that there are actually many important points on what you just said. Like, one thing I was wondering was about trust. Like, that build trust, the process of building trust from men's side to woman. When woman dig or like try to evoke men's emotion in a direct or indirect ways, like woman can poke men's emotion in a not really healthy ways, like that can totally happen. Like when women cannot feel their man, like one way of feeling men can be like make them irritated or angry. I don't mean like they are doing this consciously, but that happens. I see, like when in the couple, when woman cannot feel their man, it just like drives them nuts.
Yeah.
It's like just losing mind, like, where is my man? What's happening to them? Like, where are they?
Well, I mean, there are a large number of reasons that could be causing the disconnect, or the and first and foremost, a lot of times men aren't aware that they're doing that. So very briefly, like, especially in more westernized cultures, there's just this, basic cultural, societal attitude and belief that men should be in control of their emotions and they shouldn't cry, and like you really should not be emotional in general, and you shouldn't show your emotions. And that starts at a really early age, like by age like 7 or 8. Boys don't cry, don't hug your male best friend at age 8 because that's gay.
Mm.
All of these sort of other things, these are kind of messages that we pick up on, and then we start being like, oh, okay, I'm not supposed to feel my emotions. So we usually try to tuck them away. But as you and I both know, you cannot selectively numb. Like trying to not feel your emotions as a human
Mm.
being
Mm.
just simply doesn't work. Like if there is any sort of like male authority figure or coach in your life that's saying like, hey, don't feel your emotions, suppress them, don't listen to them, because it's like you literally are not biologically designed to not feel your emotions. They're a
Mm.
very important part of
Mm.
your being, and this includes men.
Mm.
And so, from that starting point, we're just behind the developmental curve in general, mostly from most women,
Mm.
because we're detaching ourselves from our emotions, and then not expressing them from a very early age most of the time. And
Mm.
so we just don't get as much practice with them. By the time we get to late 20s,
Mm.
like or even early 20s, it's like, oh, what are you feeling? And most often the response you get is, I'm fine, I'm good.
Yes.
So, like, really? That's all you got?
Yes. How
Um,
how did that happen in your life? I mean, did you also have like that kind of emotional conditioning around the emotions? And did you have any wake up call or like any turning point to get more connected with your emotion?
yeah, I really did. Um, it there was no like real specific incident that caused me to disconnect from my emotions when I was growing up. It's more of just like repeated messages from friends, family, teachers, media, government, all the stuff that forms our society.
Mm.
And as I got older, I was still pretty. I was okay. I was better than a bunch of my male peers
Mm.
about expressing emotions,
Yeah.
which is why I feel I had more female friends than most of my male friends.
Mm.
And when I got into college, I got into a long-term relationship with a woman. She was the first woman that I had sex with. I was her first as well. And we just didn't. We were kind of fumbling around in the dark as far as how to make this relating game work.
Yes.
It was really good. Loved it. I'm really grateful that I had that time with her. It was a lot of fun.
Mm.
And eventually, our relationship just kind of dissipated, and like the way I poetically described it was, it felt like it kind of turned to ash and then blew away in the wind,
Mm.
which
Mm.
definitely very dramatic, and definitely a little bit sad, and there was lots of grief for me there.
Yes.
Um, and then that's really what caused me to shut off from my emotions, because I didn't really know how to deal with that much like pain and hurt and grief.
Mm.